good work that you do, and Charlie, past president, appreciate you being here. And I want to thank also volunteer you all know well here at the Oyster, but also volunteer at the Pacific Salmon Foundation, Bruce Bell, who's on our board of directors. Thank you for inviting us out. And just welcome our guests, Minister John Duncan, who you all know, member of Parliament here in North Island, and then our soon-to-be what I call honorary British Columbian MP Bob Sopuck, and his wife Caroline. Where'd Caroline go? Caroline and Bob are actually out here on their holiday time. This is how devoted he is. He promised I'm coming out and going on
this
vacation.
This is work for me.
Oh, yeah. I'm going on vacation, but I want to come see some work that the Salmon Foundation does. So that's how devoted he is. And you know, I say Bob should be an honorary British Columbian because really he has been a huge supporter of the Pacific Salmon Foundation in the past couple of years in particular. You know, we have the salmon conservation stamp that for many, many years we were getting about $1 out of every $6. And then 2 years ago with Minister Duncan's support and with Bob Sopuck's advocacy as a Manitoban who loves fishing and angling, we were able to get in the budget 2 years ago the full $6 from the stamp returned to the province through the Pacific Salmon Foundation. And now those are the funds that we use then to make the grants to the Oyster and the 300 other stream keeping groups. And so what we're trying to do is make sure that we are inviting the members of Parliament in their riding as well as visitors from Parliament to come out and see how those dollars get used. Because we tell them all the time, oh, for every $1 that we give, the community groups go out and raise $4, $5, $6 more. And that's all fine and good and makes a good message. But to actually come out and see what you do and how you do it, I think there's nothing like that. And so we have two of the best friends in Ottawa for salmon here with us today, and so this is your opportunity to show all the amazing work that you've done. Let me just close by saying, you know, the Oyster preceded the Salmon Foundation. The Oyster River Enhancement Society preceded the Salmon Foundation, but our development has certainly been hand in glove. You were founded in 1983. We were founded in 1987. The Oyster was one of the first groups to receive a grant from the Pacific Salmon Foundation with stamp funds back in 1989. Wow. And since then, over $300,000 in grants that have been made to the Oyster, and then you've gone out and raised 4, 5, 6 times that much with volunteer labor and the community commitments and whatnot. And I think probably one of the best stories that we tell is the story of the Bear Creek Park and the Oyster. And the magic of how all this stuff works well together. 2 years ago, we had the possibility through the Oyster Group to buy 160 acres. I think it was a little over 160 acres that was privately owned around this facility. And the Oyster said, we've got to do this because we can protect habitat, we can enhance our outreach to the community. How are we going to do this? So came to the Salmon Foundation, came to Ducks Unlimited, and we all cobbled together a little bit, and together we were able to buy that land. And the Oyster really is doing all the hard work on the land in terms of the hatchery and the habitat restoration, and we're going to see and learn more about that. But we made as the Salmon Foundation, we made, and Bruce was really a driving force behind this, obviously, we made one of our largest grants ever at that time, $100,000 that we made to this effort. And it's just paying wonderful dividends because now you have this as a park that the public can come to. You can bring the kids in and see the life cycle and see the habitat. And it's just been it's a great example of how the Government of Canada, a foundation, volunteers, and local community, everybody doing a little bit can do something really phenomenal. So, and we're really excited to have both you and Minister Duncan out here to see. I know you've been out before, but you know, just to see how this all works, because we need you to go back to Ottawa and make the case for how we can do even more. So there, I've made my ask.
Perfect. Thank you.